30 miles north of Cocke County, Tennessee. At Mark and Digger's behest, Amanda and Kelly are hunting down ingredients for a century-old apple brandy recipe with mass appeal.
We want to set the world on fire with the next new apple brandy. We want something different, something that sets it apart from the crowd.
But to make it, they must track down an elusive apple used by a notorious East Tennessee moonshiner known as Big Haley.
We're on a mission right now to resurrect Big Haley's apple brandy recipe. People are still talking about her apple brandy 125 years later. We're basically on a hunt now in this whole area for small, ugly apples with little black spots that taste really good. I'm really hoping that some of these apple trees are still standing. We need the specific apples that Big Haley would have used in her lifetime to recreate her apple brandy recipe properly.
I think I see what we're looking for.
Yeah, slow down, I want to check this out. Is those fruit trees?
I think so.
So we finally spotted an old abandoned apple orchard, and there's all different types of trees. So fingers crossed that there's some of Big Haley's apples still out there.
Well, it's overgrown.
There's some apples right there. Remember, they're not supposed to be pretty. I'm pretty excited because we found a bunch of apples growing, and literally it's right below the ridge, a couple miles from Mahala's cabin.
My gosh, there's all kinds of them on the ground.
I can feel, yeah, I'm stepping on them.
I mean, there's hundreds on the ground.
This could be the exact apples that we're looking for.
That's an ugly apple I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think it's perfectly ugly, right? I mean, it's even got the black spots that she described and the yellow.
It's a pitiful apple, I'll say that for it.
These apples are spot on. They are exactly how Joanna described them to us. All that's left now is how they taste.
Damn.
Really freaking good.
That might be the best tasting apple I've ever had a bite of.
I didn't expect that to be so good. It looked like a crab apple, but it tastes like a baking apple.
It's got a lot of sugar in it. It's so sweet. Big Haley apples?
I think these are. I really do.
We may have found the last of Big Haley's apple trees that exist, so this is a good find today.
The process here to make this apple brandy is probably one of the simplest that we've ever done. We're literally just using water and apples to make an apple brandy. Kelly, have you ever used wild yeast before to make a mash?
No.
Never?
Nope. I use some kind of bread yeast because it's readily available and easy.
Back in the day, they wouldn't have had access to anything. They would have just had apples, wild yeast, and water. So we're gonna do everything exactly how Haley would have done it and see how it turns out. Yeah, I just wanna heat up a little bit of water. Get this like lukewarm 90 degrees or so, like body temperature.
Body temperature?
Yeah, I mean, this is try to like wake that yeast up a little bit that's on the apples. Wild yeasts live naturally in the environment, in the air, and it's kind of all over the place. So the idea is to make sort of a wild yeast starter by crushing up some of the really soft apples. These really soft apples probably have more yeast present on them because the yeast is consuming those apples and regenerating more yeast bodies.
I'm not touching it. I'm gonna let you be in charge. That way if something goes wrong.
Oh, you're slacking. Look at these big pieces in here.
Speed up, slow down, mash it harder.
This is a really long process to make apple brandy. Haley had about 14 kids or so, so I'm sure she put them to work when she was crushing up all these apples.
Is there a reason that we have to shred them?
I mean, them being shredded helps us get all those sugars out of them because we're not really cooking the apples. Doing a cool mash-in will definitely benefit our flavor. In cooking the apples, you let off a lot of the aroma and the flavor that the apples have in them.
It's building up. It's hot to right here now, so we're gonna have liquor before long.
This has to be something that we can get a little extra bang for the buck with because that's the only reason they even want to get into the market is if they can sell a high-end apple brandy. I really, really hope that Big Haley's gonna look over us, give us her blessing, and let us make some good apple brandy. Gonna be running soon. I've brought Kelly on a wild goose chase. I've had Mark and Digger waiting all this time. I've really talked this recipe up, and if I don't come through, they're gonna be pretty salty with me.
Nope, there it comes.
We've got liquor.
I'm gonna dial the flame way down because we want this to run slow, don't we?
Yeah, turn it down a little bit. Kelly, we're gonna dump out a lot more heads on this run than we normally would with like the standard run-of-the-mill corn liquor. The fructose conversion plus that wild yeast is gonna make way more acetone. When I make apple brandy, we tend to produce more acetaldehydes, which are the heads. Oh my God. We killed it. That is freaking amazing, right?
Totally amazing.
I'm drinking some more of those.
I'm calling them the head guys and telling them they need to come up here.
You think they'll come up here and try it right now?
You know they're dying to know what this is.
I'd love to hear what they think about it. Kelly and I both agree that we freaking nailed it.
You're gonna want to come and see me and Amanda.
I can't wait to see their faces when they taste this.
Well, now we know how to bait yins in when we want something.
You want us in the middle of a run, there's something usually bad wrong.
Or something really good.
Show them, Amanda.
Well, this is what I've been waiting for.
I see a hint of happiness on your pretty little face, Amanda.
You picked up on that, huh?
I did.
Well, there's a gnat in there. That's a good sign.
That's a damn good sign.
Damn gnat don't want you liquor. Ain't no man going to, is he?
You wouldn't want to.
I'm telling you. That's a sweet jar right there.
It's starting to pick up a lot of apple in that one.
It's got a fine nose on it.
Well, it gets down in the tails and we get her mixed together. You think it's good now?
It's got way more apple flavor than regular apple brandy.
Yeah, it's almost like it's got some of that syrup out of them canned apples on it. It's that good.
This is outstanding liquor. And this is going to be the only run of it because there's no more of the apples. And with no sugar, it is very limited in the quantity that it makes. That's apple, Hell West, and Crooked, ain't it? This is a top shelf brandy, and it's going to bring a top shelf price.
I'm gonna sit over and watch a little more of this
I'm
get
gonna
run.
look at the steel.
Yeah, sir. I'm going to tell you something, Amanda.
I mean,
That right down in the right yonder, you'll be laying over there in them damn weeds.
we still got a little work to do, so I haven't really tapped in too far into that yet, but I was pretty impressed with how that come off the still just so smooth, like, couldn't believe it.
I believe you're on to something.
We're still running good.
You know, usually, Puss, we ain't one just sit around and drink a damn jar of liquor like that.
No, we're usually over there humping it out.
We won't get off this damn mountain if we get much deeper in.
Yeah, we've been stuck on a mountain before. It ain't gonna be like something we ain't cut.
We'll cover yins up. We've got a tarp.
Let me have that again. Damn. Hey, Big Haley. Thank you, sweetie.
I knew she was here the whole time. I guess you just gotta drink enough of the brandy to be able to actually see her. What do you think, Kelly?
I think we're looking good. We'll eat it and see what it tastes like. Is it real sweet?
They're super sweet now.
In Cock County, Tennessee, 3 weeks after Kelly and Amanda cleaned up a local vineyard in exchange for a share of the grape harvest,
I'm gonna drive the tractor here and get all this stuff straightened out that we can.
This is milky spore, and this stuff is going to kill all of these Japanese beetles.
the two shiners return with Tennessee kingpins Mark and Digger to reap the fruits of their labor.
What's up, fellows?
George, I got to give it to you. Y'all been getting it.
We've been doing our share of it. Check out these grapes.
Yeah, buddy. Look under there.
Wow, Jim's muscadine.
Them muscadines. They've got a really sweet flavor this year.
Yeah, them's outstanding.
So what's good about using these muscadines is we can basically get 2 runs out of them.
We can make a little brandy and a little drop of both.
Exactly.
Brandy is made from fruit juices. It's distilled wine that you cook in a still and get the alcohol out of it. And it's got a great flavor. Grappa is made from the stems and the grape skins and the pulp from the grape. Well, there's still sweetness and flavor in those skins and pulp. Better known as De Palmas, so we take that and capitalize off of it.
Hey guys.
Hey,
What's up, guys?
Good thing Steve and Gene are here. They're gonna show us the most efficient way to get these off the vines and get them juiced out for us pretty quick.
We got tarps, then we got like a boomstick. We tap the plant with it, and it's all the sweet, really sweet ones that are ripe will fall off, and all the ones that are still working will stay on.
You know, it's time to pick us some grapes. They're here, we're here, we need them, let's get them.
I think we're ready for you.
I'm bringing the boom. just a big piece of foam rubber at the end of a PVC pipe, and you simply just whoop the piss out of the vines with it. I mean, the muscadines just rain down onto the tarps. I'm thinking about my first wife. She used one of these that looked a lot like this on me.
Amanda, what kind of liquor are you trying to make with this?
Well, my understanding, we can make a brandy with the juices, but we can also ferment all that pumice again, and we can make a grappa.
Yeah.
So I think
good.
use it all, and
Well,
make two different
that's the
spirits if
truth.
we can.
Don't waste anything.
Exactly. But muscadine shine, probably what we'll wind up calling it.
Muscadine shine.
That sounds, it's memorable, right?
Hell
If
yeah.
it rhymes, people will try it.
Amanda, before when we came down here and harvested grape, we didn't make any brandy.
Really?
No, we just simply collected the pumice, and that's when we made our hillbilly grappa. Yeah, I think muscadine shine's got a nice ring to it.
That's what I thought. After tasting the wine, I knew I had to make it shine, right?
After tasting the wine, you know you had to make shine.
Pretty much.
Yeah, your poet didn't know it, but your feet give you away because they're long fellers.
You're making fun of my feet now?
I am not. I'm making an observation of your feet. As tall as you are, you need good sized feet.
Need a good foundation.
You hit a soft spot.
What, the top of my head?
We're literally seeing the fruits of our labor, no pun intended. Collecting it really makes you realize that all of your hard work was for something.
I never imagined we'd have as many grapes in our hands as what we've got right now.
There you go, Amanda.
That's the one we was looking for. You know, here it is. We've already got a bin full. And that's close to 1,100 pounds, which is going to get us over 100 gallons of juice. And plus the pumice we're going to capitalize on.
Once we get the juice out of these and mix it with a certain amount of water and add some sugar to it and not take any of the flavor away, Amanda, that's your territory.
Yep. I put a lot of time and energy into making these grapes perfect, and I'm really proud of how they're turning out. So with the brandy we're gonna make, plus grappa, hopefully it's a double whammy. We get two different spirits that we can turn a nice profit on and make it all worth it.
Well, before they all float off in this rain, we need to get them up here and get them squashed.
You gotta get naked, though.
It's a whole lot of images I don't need in my mind.
Let's go.
Gonna make some fine brandy right there.
I'm glad we don't have to count them.
All right, they smell really good. We've been through the whole harvesting of the muscadines, which was super fun. Now we need to learn how to process them.
Come in, Gene. They're your grapes. We're just here to enjoy the bountifulness of them.
What's up, boss man?
I know this looks like a lot of grapes, and I hope it helps you guys out.
And we're gonna take all that pumice off your hands still, right?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we can't use it for anything.
We can.
What's the process here?
This is about 1,400 pounds, so I have to use the forklift, and then it goes into the destemmer crusher. So we're gonna put them into that, and it's gonna crush them initially. So what it'll basically do is kind of squeeze it like this, so the center comes out.
This is just the initial breakdown.
Yep.
Okay.
That will be pumped into this press here.
So this machine, that one is what separates all of the juice from the pumice for you.
Yes, so that takes all the skins, stems, and seeds, and then all the juice will come out of that, and then we'll pump that into a tank I've got sterilized already.
Let's go get the juice, and I want to taste some juice.
It's a lot easier than stomping them with your feet, right?
You ain't kidding or mashing them with your thumb.
The juice will flow into this thing fast.
There it comes.
Gosh, look on the tub. They ain't even started squozing them yet.
We put in a lot of work, from growing the muscadines, harvesting them. This is tons of muscadines, and with all this equipment, we're gonna be able to separate the juice from the pomace. Brandy is made from the juice, so it's 100% of the fruit fermented to make a brandy. Grappa, on the other hand, is made from using the pomace or the leftovers after making wine.
And that's some good muscadine juice right there. Cheers, you guys.
Cheers.
There's a successful harvest for you.
Look at that. It's almost shame to do anything to that, ain't it?
I bet that'll run your sugar up.
That's so good. That muscadine juice, it's out of this world. It's super, super sweet and just loads of flavor.
It's just hard to believe something tastes that good without any alcohol in it.
I just know by tasting this, it's gonna make the best brandy we've ever had.
I tell you, there's plenty of flavor left over in that pomace.
In here, there's 2 big rubber discs. So basically, it just kind of squeezes in from both sides.
This juice just keeps it coming. It squeezes them hard. There's no way that you can crush them or get them beat up enough the way we would have to do it to get this much juice. They've got everything figured out here.
All right.
Wow. That looks pretty well squashed up to me. We're gonna rinse the sugar and the flesh, gonna get the little bit of juice left in there. Make some grappa.
We'll gladly haul this to the dump for you, Gene.
Yep.
Yeah?
The dump.
We're gonna do what we do. So now all that remains is for us to haul our bounty off, get it out here to Kelly and Amanda's still site, and let them get busy making some brandy and grappa. Gene, we can't thank you enough, buddy.
Let's go try some wines now.
Well, twist my arm.
Everybody thinks corn tastes like corn, but there's a huge range of flavors you can pull out of all different types of corn.
Check out this field of corn, brother.
You're going to find a variety of different shades.
Oh, wow.
That right there is a Moonshiner's delight. I was always taught as a kid that moonshining was hard work. And I finally realized it's no harder than farming. But there's a whole lot more money that can be made making liquor than they are punching cows.
All different shades of blue.
It ain't very big. Is that dark enough?
Oh man, that's perfect, Jeff.
This is something you really gotta love what you're doing, or else you're like totally in the wrong field.
If it was easy, everybody'd be doing it.
That's very true. Picking this corn by hand is hard work. I had no idea the amount of effort and sweat equity that goes into harvesting corn. It's hot, it's not pleasant. I have a whole new appreciation for that bag of cracked corn that I get from my farmer now. It's a whole new perspective on where that whiskey comes from. Now that we have all this corn harvested, it's just the beginning, you see, because we still have to shuck all this corn, we have to shell it all, and then we have to grind it all. And then we have to mash it all in. Just processing all of this corn that we have, it's hundreds of pounds. Hold up, Joe. Trying to be a hero.
Oh, Superman. I'm really excited to work with Amanda. She's a great distiller. She's gonna make this red, white, and blue blended whiskey possible for us. Jeff's the real hero.
Jeff, you men are just stubborn. You're all trying to hurt yourselves. Corn is one of my favorite ingredients to use and to drink. I have used all different kinds of heirloom grains. So anytime I get to work with a new type of variety of corn, I'm all about it. The largest quantity we should probably mash in on this still here would be the Bloody Butcher, I'd say. It's got that good oil content, that really butteriness.
I know. I mean,
Safe to do that for the largest portion of the mash because we know how good this is going to be. The white corn, we basically know what that's going to taste like too, but to make this unique, let's do less white corn. And then the experimental, the blue corn, we'll do it on smaller scale. That's completely different for me. So blue corn, it has like a really intense flavor. It almost has like a nuttiness, floral, earthy notes. It's widely different from most other types of corns. It would be super easy to just take all this grain and mash it in together, but what would kind of happen is it would mute the flavors. So our idea is to mash them in and distill each one separately so we can isolate the characteristics of each corn. There's a sweet spot you gotta get it into.
When this thing was made, this was considered a modern farm implement.
The industrial age. When you're blending, you kind of want to start with a base. So the majority of your spirit is that base corn. That gives the overall flavor profile. Bloody Butcher is like buttering your bread, and just, it's like a really good taste of corn.
let's get the white going.
Just out of curiosity, what do you get for 50 pounds of this?
We're looking at about $9 a bushel right now.
Yep.
Jeff is a dedicated farmer, and he grows a wide variety of corn. But 50 pounds of corn sells for about $9 on the market today. If we were to take that same 50 pounds of corn and turn it into shine, it's worth nearly $400. Jeff, this white corn is beautiful. It's gonna be a great contrast to our base. Each of these corns have a totally different flavor profile and taste to them. That's how you start to build complexity. And then you have the option to throw in a little bit of something else, which is a wild card, just a little bit at a time. And that really creates a full rounded flavor profile when you're blending.
My neck and my back are screaming, but this is a lot of corn, guys.
Almost there.
Almost there.
Then we start grinding, right?
Yeah. A lot of people use just plain cracked corn, But the way that I like to do it is grind that corn into a fine flour. And the reason being is that it unlocks all of those starches that are inside of the kernels of corn. So we're gonna grind it down to a nice fine flour before we add it to our hot water, so hopefully we get some conversion out of this corn. That looks to be the end of it.
Yep.
Okay.
The main thing we gotta focus on is getting those other 2 stills down here
yeah.
and getting them set up so that we're not behind the 8 ball when Digger gets here. We now have to set up 2 more stills because we're doing 3 separate runs. This is a lot of hard work, but that hard work is gonna go a long way in telling the story of this red, white, and blue whiskey to the people who are gonna be drinking it. Red, white, and blue whiskey. Heck yeah. All right, guys, I think she's about full.
I hope we can get this water heated up before Digger gets here.
Look, to not have at least hot water when the boss man shows up with the ingredients.
You think we're slacking?
Yeah, right?
It's mashing day, and we've just pulled 2 stills out of storage. There's 3 of us. We got 3 different types of corn and 3 different stills.
Woo, Lord have mercy.
Ready for still number 2?
Still number 2. We'll fill this one up and get water heated up for the white corn. And then we'll mash into barrels with the blue corn.
Digger is actually on his way here now, and he's bringing us the sugar and our special yeast.
Joe, I think you're getting ripe.
Yep, that's about full over here.
Okay.
The idea is to put 1 type of corn in each pot and distill them all separately. That way we get distillate from red corn, white corn, and blue corn, and we can literally compare them throughout the entire process. I don't usually build furnaces while they're lit.
Don't singe your hair, darling.
I burned my finger. Just the scale of these pots alone takes a very long time to heat up. So the plan is just insulate these pots with some bricks, and that'll trap in all the heat. And it makes sense to me that we do a large majority of our corn is the Bloody Butcher. Secondly, we're gonna do a nice portion of the sweet white corn. And then lastly, that little bit of blue corn that we're fermenting has like a really intense flavor. This is kind of our wild card.
Oh, shoot. The man, the myth, the legend has arrived.
Somebody called for sugar.
Look at all of our hard work.
I mean, we got our red, our white, and our blue.
Blue corn gives you a sweet tamale finish. I don't know what it is about it,
Yeah.
but it's like you're eating the dough off a tamale.
It's got that really unique,
Yeah.
earthy flavor profile.
You know, these guys, they have put the work in. They've got 3 stills set up. They've got water heated up.
All right, let's get this Bloody Butcher corn in here.
Amanda's got the ratios of corn for the weight of the grain bill figured out, and all that's left for them to put it together.
The white corn.
Our white corn is a super sweet white corn, which is gonna contrast that Bloody Butcher very well, and it's gonna be good to blend. Pretty blue corn. And lastly, that little bit of blue corn, it has like a really intense flavor. None of us have actually ran or worked with this specific kind of corn before, so I'm really interested to see what kind of flavors this brings out.
This yeast is our hammer. It's gonna do the job on this mash. Well, let's pour the powdered gold.
This yellow label yeast, it's a distiller's yeast. It already has the enzymes mixed into it for us. Oh, that cooked up good.
Yeah, it did.
It has all the additives you could possibly need for optimal fermentation.
I'm gonna leave it to y'all to
That's
clean
perfect.
up. If you need anything, holler.
Thanks for the sugar.
Man, I love that guy.
Really hope this works. This is a sticky process, right? There is a ton of room for human error. It's like semi-frozen, but not exactly.
Is it supposed to float?
I don't know, because we're figuring this out at the same time here. We basically have staged baths to make this purification work. First, the alcohol with our calcium lactate goes into the sodium alginate bath. We leave it in there long enough to form a thick enough membrane, and then we rinse it in a series of warm, clean water baths to stop that membrane from forming anymore.
Wow, isn't that something?
What do you think? Does that remind you of a laundry pod?
Yeah.
After several tries, we've got quite a few intact pods, right? You can pick it up and hold it.
I'm liking the thicker membrane. If no other reason, the tougher they are, the
easier it is to
transport, for one.
So we have figured out how to encapsulate our cocktails. We have a sphere, and there is an alcohol cocktail inside of that pot.
My goal is to be able to drop that in a mixer or whatever and have it spread the liquor in there.
Oh, that one's not as pretty. That one broke these.
Yeah.
These things are just...
They're like egg yolks. It looks like we're making a slasher movie.
These membranes are kind of durable, but they're also pretty fragile at the same time. They also don't always turn out the perfect spear that we're looking for.
I want to test one and see if it will dissolve and turn into the beautiful concept that I'm pitching to the customer.
It's just a matter now of how pleasant is this experience going to be. Oh, there it goes. Is it dissolved?
I see a little bit.
Yeah, I see it too. Got some blobbiness going on in there.
Yeah, I saw the membrane float by.
Once the foam dissipates, that slimy, gross membrane, it's still hanging on in there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I could go with that.
You're not a fan of this, are you?
Not even a little bit. From being a bartender for years, that is just not something that you want to serve to any customer, especially at a high-end party. The texture is really, really unpleasant. It's just really not water soluble. No matter what, you can break it, but there's gonna be that gelatinous blob still. Oh, I hear Mr. Jackson.
You think he could get less stairs? What in the?
Welcome to spherification. I've been doing research and development with Joe now for a little while. Digger had this brilliant idea to put us together to make hazelnut rum. And he's really good at troubleshooting.
To me, that looks like what I would expect with reverse spherification.
Visually, it's just freaking me out.
I don't know why you chose this color. I come up in here and I haven't seen you in how long, and this is how you greet me?
Yeah, I know. When Joe looked at our shine pods, I could tell he was trying not to laugh. Dropping a pod into a drink and having it react is not as feasible as I wish it would have been.
Well, let's think about this. Maybe it was like a cart before the horse scenario where the idea of making a cocktail, dropping it in the glass wasn't the end game. Let's elevate this. What if it's an edible cocktail, an hors d'oeuvre cocktail that somebody comes around, instead of a tray of glasses with cocktails in it at a party, you come around and you've got these pretty little pods that people just pop in their mouth.
It's gotta be like appealing, it's gotta be palatable. Joe's impressed that we've managed to make these little encapsulated cocktail spheres. If we can just improve the appearance overall and that texture a little bit, then we might actually have something here.
I feel like if we're gonna elevate this to the place that it needs to be for this customer, we're gonna have to up the game in the actual cocktail itself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got this wine-based spirit that I distilled off recently. It's really good. I added blueberries to it, and
that sounds good.
I've been planning to play around and do a blueberry mojito. So I've got some spirit for us to work with to build this cocktail.
Famous bar bag.
I got limes, some mint.
It is a bar bag.
It's literally an entire bar in a bag.
Some blueberries. I got some blueberry simple syrup. So between sweet, mint, blueberry, and lime, you get the acidity, the sugar, a little bit of spiciness.
Yeah.
And then we can balance with our simple syrup.
We could add a whole blueberry too.
You could add, you could add a whole
It makes
blueberry
something, gives you more texture.
for them to bite into. It'll be encapsulated inside of the pod.
And the mint leaf garnish, I think that looks a lot more appealing.
Blueberry mojito is something that a high-end customer would buy at a really nice restaurant or at a really nice party. It's not corn shine and cherry juice. All right, this will obviously all be strained, but doesn't that look a lot more appealing?
Oh, that smells really good. So in the cocktail is like a garnish of mint and blueberry. I think that's gonna look nice, and it's gonna definitely help with the texture a lot.
Wow.
That's good. Next, all we gotta do is add the calcium lactate to this. So far with Joe's input, I'm feeling a lot better about the edible cocktails. So we're gonna add the calcium lactate to the new cocktail that we have mixed up and freeze it overnight. Hopefully this next batch turns out better than the first one did.
I love that, dude.
Let's go see what the youngins have got going on.
Bees reaches out and tells us that they've got something to look at in the way of our interactive cocktail / shine pod.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Welcome to your fine dining experience.
I know Joe and Bees are super excited, and I'm happy that they're happy about it, but I really don't know what Mark and Digger are gonna say.
Gotta explain real quick. We made a pivot. We dropped the idea of the dissolvable liquor pod, And we have come up with an edible cocktail.
Kind of made a blueberry mojito. You know, we garnish it on the inside, make it look pretty.
Yeah, I mean, look at that little rascal. Look at the little blueberry moving around in there. It's just swimming around like a little tadpole.
Right. It could be little pieces of strawberry. It could be peach.
You just changed the delivery system. Can we have enough of these done for the party?
One person can make 60 of them in an hour.
That's outstanding. We wasn't even sure it could be done.
So now we need you guys to taste this.
All right, guys.
Here we go.
Wow. Outstanding, guys.
There ain't a thing in there unpleasant. That cocktail is wonderful. That blueberry is right up front and that little mint hanging out. God bless America. This is a game changer. I'm hooked on these already. I love the idea of having some in the refrigerator and just pull them out and let people reach in with a little plastic pair of tongs or a spoon and get them a cocktail and go eat it. It's just a joy to chew up.
That's exactly how I wanted that cocktail to go.
Outstanding.
I think that it'll spread way beyond this cat that he's going to sell to, and I look forward to making a lot of these. I can't tell you enough how happy I am what y'all did.
Good.
You've made me proud to be making liquor again.
They love it. It's a weight released off the three of us.
Outstanding job. You know, this is the first time I guess I've ever ate a cocktail. It's a delicious cocktail, but most importantly, it's $425 in 1 gallon of liquor.
Can you believe the money we're gonna make off of that?
It was good.
Every trip up there, this guy's asked me if we can come up with some 140 proof liquor. He's under the understanding that if he goes with 100 proof liquor to soak his cherries, the cherries won't be 100 proof because they've already got their juices and stuff in
He's
them.
right. If you use 100 proof liquor, by the time the cherries absorb their alcohol and everything and the juice waters it down, you eat a cherry and you're eating about a 60 proof cherry.
I told him I didn't know if you guys wanted to do it. He has told me he'll pay us $140 a gallon. He's wanting to do 100 gallons at a pop.
Oh, hell. It would take us down 20 runs to get 100 gallons. You know, every run you do, you get a certain amount of your liquor that's going to be 140 proof. But then, you know, it progressively goes downhill in proof. But this guy's requesting a lot of it. We don't have the capability with the equipment we have to make that much of it. Column stills up the proof, but it strips the flavor.
He's loving that corn flavor there.
I've got an idea. If you took a worm like this and you took a thump keg like this, cut you in and set that dude right down in there. Put you a little hole where you could run this out the top and this in the bottom, putting cold water in here. Your post here is going to take the steam all the way down, ain't it? And as it comes up, it'd condense on every one of them.
This customer wanting what he wants, being the customer that he is, I think we owe it to him to try.
Y'all get started on that, me and Bees get started on a run of mash.
Is there something we can tweak the mash?
We can sugar it up a little more and use a little more grain in it, up the ABV. We gotta do everything we do to try to stretch that 140 north hole a little bit longer.
Right. Our goal is, and for it to be profitable, we want to pull off as much 140 proof as we can on the first run. Come on, Kelly, let's see if we can modify this.
So as it stands now, Kelly and Mark are gonna go work on the thump keg and me and Bees will stay behind. We'll build us a little fortified mash. We gotta also boost that ABV in this mash too, not just the end run. All right, let's light. This is not unlike any of our mashes other than we'll probably use a little extra corn just to bolster that flavor. It's paramount that we get our corn ground up to the right consistency. A good heavy grit is what you want your corn to be at. Bees, this is quite a bit more sugar than usual.
Yeah, it is.
Instead of 6, we're putting 9 in. Extra 25 per 50 weight. We'll extra sugar it. That way we got a little higher ABV in the mash, and that should bring us more liquor to the table. Yeah, chase that sugar around in the corners, make sure it all gets melted. Bees, I'll man that, and you pour some grain in. We'll take this from 12 to 14 ABV mash, probably up to somewhere 18, 19% ABV. Time to get the party started. The reason I'm putting extra yeast, I want it to get started early. It'll do as much damage as it can before it cools down too much that the yeast slow down.
Gotcha.
So, about 1.5 pounds of yeast, it'll take off like a rocket. Well, bees stir it at will. It's living in the world it wants to live in, full of sugars.
Plenty to eat.
It's gonna be farting out CO2 and pissing out that high-proof alcohol.
You know, Bees has got this order from a really, really good client, and he wants 140 proof corn liquor.
I mean, my whole thought on the whole thing was to try to do something that we already kind of had built so we didn't have to go into a bunch of...
Well, I understand that, but I'm saying if we try to put this in it and screw it up, then we don't even have a functioning thump keg anymore. To get a lot of high proof liquor, you really need a column still. And that, in essence, strips all your flavor. We need column still effects, but we need to retain the flavor that he wants. That's what we got to try to shoot for. I think it'll be our advantage if we can get this to work, because the 140 proof liquor, you know, it comes at a much higher price point than 100 proof does. You're way more help than Digger when it comes to building something. We're building it with 2 chambers and 4 pipes. The alcohol vapor coming into the thump keg is actually going to pass by 8 cold water pipes. As it rises from the first chamber, it'll pass 4 of them. Then it goes over and all the way down to the bottom of the second chamber and rises again. The remaining steam, which should be the purest alcohol, goes on to the condenser.
I'll tell you what worries me more than anything is with it doing a double thump keg, and then we add this water to it to cool everything, that we put so much back pressure on the pot, we blow the cap off.
The only way that it'll do that, I think, Kelly, is if we let this thump juice build up too high. We'll have to drain it pretty often, because once it comes up past the escape routes for the steam, it might create too much back pressure and cause the still to pop the cap. I don't think it's that big of an issue. I'm not sure yet. We'll see.
I bet you if it works like we think it ought to, everybody else will be trying to build one before you know it.
That's okay.
There you go. This run of mash, it's ready to go. So we've got to have this thump keg working. This liquor is supposed to be 140 proof and have plenty of corn flavor. We got a hose in the...
We got to get that hose out there.
Let's call the mash done.
This should not strip the flavor as does a column still. Now that's the plan. To whether it actually does it, well, hell, we ain't got a clue yet. That's why we're here. All right, Kelly, let's get her lit. Let's see if that thumper's gonna work or not.
Let's crank us on some water.
Okay.
Now, I'll tell you, I mean, I know we've got a whole lot of weight on that cap and everything, but I think it'll back pressure it. I mean, that's what worries me, is blowing that cap off. You know, this whole thing is a new deal to us. We understand how much back pressure that your pot builds up, so we may back pressure ourselves right out of the building. Well, since we've got that bottom cut up about yay high, just drain it down enough to keep it and see where it's at.
You know, just to be on the safe side, we put a drain in the bottom of it, so we'll keep an eye on it.
Feel like it's getting closer?
Yeah, damn hell yeah, it's getting closer. If it functions like we hope it will, I'm gonna love it.
It's trying to spit a little, ain't it?
Well, looky here, boys.
Yonder she comes.
I want to see the proof. Ready to throw these heads out?
I got it.
The smell coming out of this worm spout, I mean, it's promising. So hopefully the corn flavor's still there, but most importantly, see what her proof's at.
Whoop it up. It's gonna be high.
Yeah. I hope it's 170 or so. Oh, hell, far. Digger does the shake test on it. It's got these big frog eye bubbles on it. They glare at you real bright, then they disappear immediately. That's what you want. We don't know exactly the proof yet, but we're gonna find out.
168, look.
Outstanding.
We give her a look-see, test the proof on it. There we go, 168. Let's go look us over a spot, y'all, too.
There we go.
It looks kind of pretty right here.
I tell you what, Puss, it's been a minute since me and you got together to make another run of liquor, ain't it?
Me and Mark are back to my old farm here. I've got a good limestone sprig on it.
Right in here,
This
just
would
mash
be
it
an
in.
outstanding spot.
We've got our ingredients. We're going to mash in this all-grain legacy whiskey that we're going to make.
It's a known fact that limestone water makes the best liquor on the planet. If you'll turn some gas on, I'll baby light that fire.
Okay. Oh, that looks good. Let me ask you. A hell fire, Puss.
What?
We've got a fire going
Well,
here.
hell, you're a fireman.
Well, heck, I've taught you.
I always hit the base of the fire.
Don't put the burner out.
No, don't put the burner out.
We didn't really think about cleaning this stuff away from it, did we?
Well, I didn't worry about it. I knowed you as a fireman and you could handle a fire. And look what happened.
Oh, Lord.
Well, I think we got ample supply of water.
We do.
That'll be boiling hot time we get our corn ground. Everything we put in our liquor, we source right here in our state of Tennessee. We do go to great extent to find the best corn.
I'll let you adjust the grind where you like it. Digger likes what he calls a coarse grit grain.
Let her go see what she do. When it comes to corn, especially because corn has so much sugar, if you get it too fine, it'll clump up and you've got a corn cake. If it's too thick, you can't cook all the carbs out of it. You have to pay attention to your grind or you're not going to get good flavor out of your grain. Then we move on to that malted barley.
You know, by cooking this corn longer and at a hotter temperature, this is part of the game changer that's going to create this legacy whiskey. We want to cook out the starches. The more of them that you cook out, the more fermentable goodie that you get out of the corn that creates sugar. And then that gives the yeast something to enjoy and turn into alcohol. Ain't it been good out here? It's just me and you like the old days.
I'll be honest with you, I feel a tiny bit kind of revitalized. You know, Mark and I, we've made a lot of liquor out of a lot of different things. But we've come to realize now with this recipe, simpler is better. That's cooking it. Look how thick it's getting now.
Yeah, I know it.
So we've eliminated the sugar. We're back to all grain, and that gives us more flavor. It's the purest form of liquor, and it's the way our predecessors started this craft.
Well, come on, let's grind that barley.
Let's grind us some barley.
Get that out of there.
Oh, well, I was just going to leave it there.
I know you was, but I can't stand that. You know, I'm a little bit
OCD.
Just a tiny bit. I can't
Just
help
around
it.
the edges. Does that suit you where it's laying right there?
Go to hell.
It ain't running the wrong direction or nothing, is it?
Oh, it smells good, Puss.
I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah. Mountain Legacy Corn Whiskey. You know, Digger and I, we're really excited today. We're down here, we're checking the mash for the all-grain Legacy whiskey. I'm telling you one thing, there's some damn alcohol in it, too.
It's got plenty of alcohol. Hell, it's loaded up.
I love it. I love it.
If we get what we're looking for out of this legacy liquor, this will secure me and Mark a seat at the table with the greats of this craft. Woo! You know, it's going on, God, over a year that me and Mark built a mash, just me and Mark. And honest to Pete, I'd rather never make another run of liquor again than have to make a run of liquor without my best friend, Mark Wayne Ramsey. We gonna charge that thump keg with anything or just let it run?
We can put a little of that mash in if you want to.
Can't hurt.
No. Let me get us a bucket full. On these bottom-fired still pots, we can't take the chance of scorching the grain, so we just put some grain and a little bit of the liquid mash in the thump keg.
That's what we're looking for.
That's what we want. And just infuse it so all the steam that comes over from the pot going into the thump keg, it'll pick up the grain notes even more.
Yeah, that'd be plenty right there, and there's plenty of grain in there.
Yeah, we want to give this every chance in the world to be the best corn whiskey that's ever been.
I just have to tell you, my heart's beating in my chest. I can't wait to run this liquor.
Whoop.
We got a little drip.
Here we go.
It's heating up. It starts running off a little bit. We've pitched just a little bit of heads. There's the first of it a-coming. Hot dog, here we come. Mountain Legacy Corn Whiskey.
Yeah, boy. You know, Puss, one of these days, years from now, I hope there's some really, really good up-and-coming young distillers out there. And, you know, I hope we've influenced them the way some of the old timers influenced me and you.
Yeah.
You know, one of the funniest fellas we ever got to have any dealings with was Jim Tom.
I'm pretty good on this rye whiskey.
Oh, I know, you're the best. We're fortunate enough back in the day, we saved us up some Jim Tom rye, and we have some popcorn Sutton corn liquor put up.
How about that?
You know, occasionally, we'll twist the lid off of one of the jars, and just the smelling and the tasting of it, it brings back a memory of each of those fellas.
Watch it. Whiskey, 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 come on out. I'm a craving whiskey with my spout. I'm going to drink a drink and sit right down. Imagine I'm in Texas with my gal.
You know, I feel in my heart that Jim Tom Hedrick's legacy is rye whiskey.
Yeah.
You could open a jar of Jim Tom's rye whiskey, and you could open somebody else's jar of rye whiskey, and you could immediately pick out Jim Tom.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like we've done here with this whiskey,
Yeah.
he used plenty of grain. He used a lot of rye.
Yeah.
Maybe me and Old Digger will be spoken in the same heartfelt kindness as Jim Tom and Popcorn, you know, and some of the others from our era, you know. That's the best we can hope for. We've got damn near 2 gallons of liquor. I'm saying this ought to be dead in the hearts.
Well, I'm going to give you the benefit of the first taste. I tell you, I just ain't got no words for this. I mean, there's corn, and there's that bread note that barley brings in. Then it finishes corn again, but it's so sweet on the finish.
It's not pretentious. It's not trying to be something that it's not. It's just Appalachia in a jar, the best you can get it. This truly, truly is our legacy.
All I can think about is calling every team we've got working right now, tell them to meet us, and we're fixing to grind up all the white corn and the malted barley we can get our hands on, and they go to producing this.
Wouldn't it be sad to limit it to just a select group? If it's this good, you want to share good stuff with good people. Let's go call the guys.
My hope and dream is that people that drink this, I want them to want the next step of it, because my plan is to ramp up production and barrel up as much of it as we can, and we're hoping that it'll be some of the best bourbon that's ever been and be able to compete with these $1,500, $2,000 jars of liquor. Hattie boy, I feel like I've run my first run of liquor all over again.
Kind of like the first time you kissed a girl.
I believe it's a little better than that.
What do you say Kelly and Amanda's got wanting to show us?
You know, with our luck, he's probably loaded up a big truckload of spaghetti and meatballs in cans.
Yeah, and marshmallows.
Kelly and Amanda have called, and they've got something they're just dying to let us in on, so here we go.
You know how Amanda is. She thinks up a lot of stuff. I believe them damn hamster wheels turn in her head 24/7.
Yeah, there they are.
The thing about it is, you know, as we try to expand our moonshine business, and dealing with this damn thief, it's definitely a distraction.
Well, you look like you're just sitting plumb pretty.
Until we can get a line on who the thief is, you know, our priority is making sure that our teams are making top shelf backwoods liquor.
It was quite a road trip, but at least I didn't have to drive.
Well, thing about it is, you never know with him.
Well, if it's something to make liquor out of, I hope it's cotton candy.
Come look at it.
You're not too far off there with the cotton candy. So you know, normally Kelly gets this windfall of free ingredients, right? This time it's all me.
Oh, it don't
Sounds like a damn herd of buffaloes are coming.
Oh boy. We brought you baked goods.
Oh,
No
my
kidding.
word.
A lot of them.
Damn loaves of bread, cinnamon rolls and buns. I don't know where they've got all this, but they damn sure got plenty of it.
My sister's bakery had a power outage, and she lost an entire retail day and all of her wholesale product that they had baked.
This is crazy.
Picture this, guys. Cinnamon bun shine.
Huh. You know, under normal circumstances, we wouldn't even consider making liquor out of baked goods. It's too expensive. But being the fact they're free, hell, I'm willing to give it a shot.
Imagine the mash this would make, though. I mean,
A blueberry croissant moonshine. You know, every one of these baked goods it's top quality. It's as good as it gets. They're delicious. They may be a little crustier, or a little less spongy, but there's nothing wrong with them. They still taste fine. They're really good. And there's certainly not enough wrong with them that we can't make liquor with.
Who has fresh baked goods? It's not like we just have flour and sugar and yeast. Like, these are caramelized. They have those little baking spices, and it's that baked flavor that we can't replicate in a mash unless we have the actual baked goods themselves.
I got 2 words for you. I mean, maybe it's just 1 word, I ain't sure. Game changer.
I like it. Good. Good.
Wow.
We need to get this mashed in as quick as we can.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You know, Amanda, she thinks outside the box all the time, and she says for years it's been her dream to try to make liquor out of these pastry products and breads from her sister's bakery. There's no doubt in my mind that these baked products will make some really good liquor. I'm excited.
Well, that's the last wad of them.
Oh, my goodness.
Our customers are always looking for that next big thing, something that's a little bit different, a little bit bolder. That's what keeps us fresh.
All right, Amanda, tell me what your plan is here.
Well, I was thinking, guys, since we have this whole trailer of baked goods, it'd be best to make 3 separate mashes. 2 of the cinnamon bun, 2 of the blueberry croissant loaf, and 2 of the cookies.
We're gonna get started right now on the cinnamon bun.
I think so.
Let's get this show on the road.
Well, these things are a couple days old now. We got to get them mashed in. We don't want them to start molding. You know, the way the humidity and the heat is here, it's possible. So we're just going to jump right on it. We got everything we need to get them mashed in. So we're going to get busy and see if we can make anything out of them. I reckon you just want us just crash them up as much as we can, right, Amanda?
Yeah. You see that caramelization and the crust? Those are the flavors I'm hoping get in there.
They'll be delicious. I mean, it ain't got no choice but to carry through. There's no reason that all of these products won't make a really, really fine liquor, you know, and the thing about it is, they didn't cost anything, just Kelly and Amanda's time to go get them.
Oh, hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Normally, when we're making liquor, we're just steeping grains and converting the carbohydrates into fermentable sugars. But under these circumstances, everything's been converted when it was being baked. Now all we got to do is break it back down all over again.
I say we finish this and move on to blueberry.
Yeah, blueberry croissants. These ones are killer. So this is gonna be our second recipe. Blueberry moonshine is always a hit. It's an easy seller, but with us incorporating all of these pastries and that baked flavor into the blueberry moonshine, it's gonna be one of a kind, and people are gonna love it.
Almost caught it. Hope that was your plan.
That is basically the plan. I think if we just break them and let these soak.
The last of the 3 mashes, Amanda wants to put the breads in these, and they just simply have the grain flavor. But she's also got hundreds of these big, nice cookies.
Time for some cookies.
Damn.
Oh,
So this is what I really always wanted to put in a mash. This is made of rye, tons of chocolate, and she adds espresso to it, so it's got a little coffee flavor. There's a lot of sugar there. It's probably the sweetest thing that we have with all the milk chocolate in the recipes. So the plan is for me to mix the cookies and the bread. The bread is just fermentable for us, but won't give a lot of flavor. So hopefully that milk chocolate and the rye is what comes out on the other end. Okay, guys. So I got my sister's yeast starter. So I'm just gonna pour a little bit of this into each of them.
You know, I got to give it to Amanda. She's come up with a good one on this one. You know, I'll have to say, yeah, I'm pretty stoked to see what this liquor turns out like.
Amanda has brought the liquor world something they ain't never seen before, I think.
Right now we have 6 totes filled with baked goods fermenting. I just can't wait to run them. I'm excited.
Good for you. I'm excited too.
These are doing.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. This is gonna be cool.
Do you hear that?
What is it?
Fermentation. We mashed in tons of high-end baked goods into these totes. Walking up, I can hear the mash is ripping. It's bubbling and cracking, and that's a good sign. Look at that.
Holy smoke.
That's a strong fermentation right there. First one I can get to is the cookies and bread. It has a healthy cap on top. It's ripping, it's bubbling, it's good activity. That mash is going perfect.
What's the rest of this look like? Oh, this don't look good, Amanda. What's wrong with this?
That is a lot of butter. There is no activity. There's no cap. I see no bubbles going on, no movement from the yeast, and there's just a slick of butter on top of everything. I guess if it can clog up your arteries, it can stop up your mash too. I've never seen so much butter ever.
What about this one? Oh God, this one's even worse.
It is. These
Same.
ones had all the croissants in them.
The blueberry croissants and the cinnamon rolls are made with the same type dough, and it's packed with butter.
It's not fermenting. It's like totally stalled.
This is my first attempt at having anything to do with baked goods, and we went big, and we're having to pay a big price for it. Man, we can't lose my blueberry mash. I wanted them blueberries so bad I can't stand it.
We can't lose any of these mashes, Kelly. We need all of them. This is a ton of money.
That's as dead as a hammer.
Yeah.
Is the yeast, is it killed the yeast? Is it dead?
I wouldn't even know if the yeast is dead, if it's dormant, I don't know. My first go-to whenever I have an issue is call Digger. See what Digger says. I know better than to try to just fix this amount of problem on my own. I think it's best to just call Mark and Digger and see what they say. This is not good. I hope he doesn't get upset about this. Something you never want to tell the boss man, 2/3 of our mash have completely stalled. The longer this sits here stalled like this, that's money out of all of our pockets. This is like my worst nightmare.